Hi, welcome back. It's a bit of an unusual one tonight because I'm drinking a beer which I've drunk and reviewed previously, Budvar. You can get it in Lidl for £9 for 6 cans, which means it's £1.50 for a half-litre can, which for Budvar is really good value. And I was fortunate enough to be in Prague last weekend, and I wanted to offer some reflections on Prague because I'm not a city break kind of person. I like going to the beach, and I like, holidays to be at the coast or in nature. It's rare that I'll go to a city for a break. Been to Liverpool, really like Liverpool, but Prague was something else. It absolutely blew my mind. It's beautiful as a place, as a city, as a vibe. We were lucky. We got into town, met my brother-in-law who took us on the metro system to our hotel. And when you figure out how the public transport works in Prague, I think that's half the battle. I've heard a few people that I've spoken to the last couple of days went over to Prague, enjoyed it as a city, but they didn't get on the public transport and figure that out. And I think you can get so much from the city by doing that. It is infinitely better than anything you get in the UK. Excuse me. Here's to Prague. Quick pause to take a breath. So, from what I could understand, the public transport system is managed by buying a ticket for an amount of time you can use the ticket for on any of the options apart from private hire taxis. So trains that are within the city limits, the metro system, which is the underground, which is just incredible, trams, buses. You just buy a ticket. I mean, our 72-hour ticket cost us something like £11 or £12. And once we figured that out, I mean, our hotel would have been a 40-minute walk from the town centre, going all downhill on the way into the town centre, but back uphill on the way out. So the underground was just the perfect option. Anyway, going to the town first thing in the morning, if you're going to do it, as my brother-in-law advised us, go and see the sights first thing in the morning before they get busy. It's just glorious, and by doing that you watch the city come to life as well, as more and more people arrive, and by 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, particularly at this time of year, it is just bustling. It's an amazing vibe. And then finally we get on to the beer. So I'm drinking at Budvar, and if you get on my video of Budvar, you'll have seen that my Budvar looks exactly the same as this, but has a head on it like that. And unfortunately, from a can over here and without a nucleated glass, it looks flatter than a witch's tit, to be honest. So, but it still tastes delicious. It's wonderful beer, and the kind of like the pubs that we went into over there were superb. We went into Pilsner Urquell, specialist pub where they actually make the stuff, and I didn't realise it and filmed my little review, saying how lovely it was, the taste of the Pilsner Urquell. Well, I'm not surprised because they were making it right behind me, whereas by the time it's travelled here, it does tend to suffer, I think, these main Czech beers from the travel, even though it's only a couple of hours flight. If they're travelling over here, they'll be coming by truck and by boat. So, they that's the one thing that I didn't say in the reviews at the time. Some of the flavours taste delicate. They're subtle flavours. I mean, they're stunning, but they're not kind of like full-on malty flavours that you get from them. they're subtle, and from that, you know, some of the floral aroma that you get from kind of like Pilsner Urquell from Budvar in the Czech Republic is, it's just simply not there with this. Even though I can tell it's exactly the same beer, it's like the process of getting it from there to here, it does take something away from it. However, it may be that because this being in Lidl, it's older stock, I don't know. There's nothing on the can, on the bottom of the can, to say when it's made. It might be because it comes in a cardboard box, so it could be on that. But back to Prague. So the beer was lovely. The general vibe of the place was just, it was brilliant. And we were so lucky that our travel to and from Prague was flawless, except for me getting pulled at security on the way out, because the electronic sniffer dog thought that there were explosives in my toiletries bag. Busted. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you've been to Prague, I'd love to know your thoughts. Here's to the next time.